Hi Aries, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you end up subscribing, I upload my new Aries and Libra videos on Mondays. And the deck that I'm using today is called the Kawaii Tarot, for those of you guys who are interested. Also, just as a heads up, the cards like to flip over in the deck sometimes. Usually I don't take them unless they jump out like these ones have. Sorry, some of them fell on the floor that time. But as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, the link is in the description. And I apologize if my voice sounds a little bit off today, but I'm fighting off a cold, so we'll do our best. But just a quick reminder, if you guys like the video or enjoy the reading, please leave a like or a comment. It really helps out the channel, and I like to know these readings resonate with you guys. But your overall energy for this reading, Aries, is the Queen of Wands, which is a really good card to have as your overall energy, especially since you guys are fire signs, such as this Queen of Wands, right? Because the Queen of Wands can represent Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So the fact that it comes up as your overall energy leads me to believe that you guys are feeling very much within your element right now. And I'm looking at the cards that you have here, and you have the Queen of Swords as well as the King of Swords, which to me is very interesting energy to have, right? Because when you have the King and the Queen of a suit, usually that denotes some kind of soulmate energy, or at least easy communication between the two of you guys. So I'm getting off the bat that it's very much a love reading. And it's very interesting because I see that there may be a lot of history with you two. Because I'm looking at the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. And whenever you see, cards that talk about sadness, usually that implies that there was a sad event that happened right before, right? So I'm thinking you guys may have a history with this person, and you're sort of walking away from this pain because the Ten of Swords talks about betrayals a lot of the time, and the Three of Swords here talks about heartbreak. So those two are very sort of similar energies. Betrayal, heartbreak, devastation, sadness, that kind of an energy for both the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Those two energies feel very interconnected with me right now. So the fact that they're together like this, adjacent, and that the Three of Swords is in reverse tells me that you or the other person want to heal from this energy and from this scenario. You guys want to put a lot of... feels like you want to put your best foot forward in this connection. And I feel like a lot of you are trying to really move past all the heartbreak and heartache from the past. And especially here with this Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, I feel like the conversations and the communication between you two is just so splendid. I'm really getting the image of sitting down at a coffee shop and just talking the day away, and you don't even notice. And I feel like communication in general works really well with you guys, between the two of you, because there's the Knight of Wands here, and the Knight of Wands talks about all kinds of communications. The nice thing about the Knight of Wands is the Knight and the Page both symbolize communications or messages coming forth, but the Knight is just a little bit more mature than the Pages, right? So that's a good sign in my mind. Also, it's important to note that you have the Knight of Wands going into the Queen of Wands, which is progression from the number 12 to the number 13. And then you have the Queen of Wands, or sorry, Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords, which is 13 into 14. So I feel like you guys are going to see a lot of progression right now, and a lot of victory, right? Because the number, or the Six of Wands, I should say, talks about victory and triumph. And I feel like you guys right now are seeing a lot of victory in your love sphere. Especially in the past, I feel like things haven't quite gone the way that you expected. I feel like you've been going into relationships, they sort of expecting one outcome, and then you find out that, for example, the person that you were talking to is nothing like you thought they were, or the connection can't go anywhere because of X, Y, or Z, and it's just like, oh, well, that's unfortunate, or whatever. But I feel like whatever it is that you want is what you're going to get here. Because I'm looking at the Star card. And the Star card to me means a couple of things. For one, it can mean like star-crossed lovers. So that's sort of going back into this King of Swords, Queen of Swords energy. But you also have the Magician with the Star card. So whatever it is that you wish, like, think of it in a very literal sense, like wishing upon a star. You guys are making that come true right now because you have the Magician, and the Magician has mastery over all four elements. The Magician conjures things out of thin air, right? The Magician is a master manifester. So right now, whatever it is that you guys are really, really wishing for, as long as you put in the energy towards manifesting it, I feel like it's very much possible that whatever outcome that you want with this person is going to come true. Because I see that they're willing to work past the pain from the past, and I see that there's a really good, strong connection here, right? Because you have, like I said before, the King and Queen of Swords, and then you have the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So it almost feels like this Knight is like one step away from becoming the King and matching your energy as well. So it feels like energetically, like on a communication level, you guys are a very good match. But there may be like a couple things that this person is trying to work on, just like in their character or whatever, trying to match you. Because I feel like they do see you as like a very powerful, warm, passionate, motivated, driven person. Because that's what the Queen of Wands is. And that's what the King of Wands is, but this person isn't sort of appearing as the King of Wands. He's appearing it doesn't necessarily have to be a he, but your partner is appearing as the Knight of Wands. So it almost feels like they're a step away from achieving this equilibrium between the two of you. And once that's achieved, and I feel like it will be achieved, especially since you have the Six of Swords here. Sorry, the Six of Wands. I should bring up, now that I've mentioned the Six of Swords, that it talks about leaving one situation and going into another. And I feel like the situation that they want to leave is this Three of Swords, Ten of Swords. Movement. For some of you, movement might also be important. Maybe not necessarily on your side, but on your partner's side. But I'm definitely getting that this energy right here with the sword with the star and the Magician is very strong, and it's coming out very powerfully. And it's really funny because I keep talking about how good the Queen and King of Swords are at communication, but I feel like I haven't said a whole lot on it. It's just like, I feel like you guys get each other. I feel like there isn't a whole lot that needs to be said, because you just kind of understand. And part of me feels like that's all there is to it. Like, you get together with this person and you really understand them. But that was your reading for this time around, Aries. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment, because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Aries videos on Monday. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that, I sincerely hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.